Welcome. This is our code live and I'm Rahil. This is a stream where I'm trying to build some a quiz which I think it's already existing, but I'm trying to make it a little personalized for my students. Since I'm being a music teacher, I want certain things in the game to be good enough to be used, or keep the game in a way that it helps the student to learn better, rather than rewarding them like quicker. This is going to be like much more challenging, and I'm planning to have some sort of a level in terms of difficulties and etc etc. So what we are trying to achieve is, if you know music, then we are just trying to create a note identification game. So basically you will identify between the 7 notes which note is on the screen, and then you have buttons at the bottom where you get to click, and if it is the right answer, then you are going to obviously get the points for it, and if it is the wrong answer, then move on to the next one. So the whole idea of this game or app is going to be to reinforce and make them learn better, because the problem right now, what I see is that when students are learning the notes, there is very little scope for them to practice it much, because they start to do a visual comparison between the notes and what instrument they are playing. For example, if they are playing guitar, what they do is they look at the note, and then rather than processing it as, say, that is a A note or a E note or a F note, and then trying to play it in the fret, they just visually correlate, saying, okay, if I see a note here between these two lines, then I have to press this fret. Now that is okay, but if you think about it, that takes away this whole concept of sight reading, or the whole concept of how to read the notes as such, because at the end of the day, that is what is going to help them propel further and learn more stuff. So it's literally like knowing how to talk in English, but then you don't know how to read. There is only so much you could go with just talking, right? I think that's the best example I could give. So this game is an attempt to break that concept. So let's see how that is going to go. So what we have right now is we have the note in place, which is going to be like moved across the staff. Staff is nothing but the 5 lines which you see here, and then we have a clef indicating the staff which it belongs to. The notes are going to be related in relation to this clef. So the clef and the staff is going to be remaining constant, and we are going to start up with moving the notes back and forth and trying to give one of these buttons with the right answer, and the other ones are going to be like obviously the wrong answers, and the student gets to pick the right answer. So this project have started like yesterday. So till this point, what I've covered is the randomization of the notes. So whenever I am hitting the A button, my notes are going to jump back and forth. So every single time, that's going to be something random, and whatever the answer is, we need to validate it. So all this validation part is something which is pending, and also I need to figure out how to skip the answers which is already been here. For in this case, if you look at it, there is D here, and then it says A, and then the D is repeating again, which is technically not a good way to go about. So probably there should be anything other than what is existing here. So I need to figure out a way to make that, fix that, and have some sort of a logic which skips the ones which are there, some sort of a filtration. So that is pending. So currently what I'm going to do is I'm going to try figure out this filtration part, where I want each of these buttons to indicate different unique answers, and then I'm going to try validating the button clicks to the answer, and then in future maybe I might add some sort of a timer to it, and then a point system, so and so. And also to be clear that all I'm using right now is just one game object, which is basically this semi-brief, which is a 4-count note. There are other notes which I could actually change, and I would change eventually, but I want to get the concept up and running first. So I'm going to stick with one note at a time. So I mean one value at a time. So I'm going to use the 4-count note. So that's it for the introduction. So let's go ahead and see how to achieve it. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm not an expert in building things. So I do a lot of Google, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of programmers who does Google things. And it's not like I'm going to copy paste code, but then there are a lot of things which I want reference, and there are a lot of things which are different in different languages. I'm used to Node.js, so C# is something which I'm still getting used to. So if I go to Google, please don't mind. Okay, so I am going to check on the main script now, and I'm not sure if it's a little loud, so I'm going to reduce the music level. Okay, that's good. All right, where is my water? Okay, so I have commented, which is surprising because I rarely do comment, but by the way, the music which is playing behind me is from Tune Tank, and all credits to the authors. If you guys want to check out the music, it's in the description. Go ahead and check it out. It's quite nice, and it's copyright free, so it's good to have on live videos. Okay, cool. So let's begin. Let me see what I have. So I have a function called trigger question, which is basically randomizing the index of the node position, which is taking a list, I believe. Yeah, so we have a node position list, which basically has two properties, and we have a random function here which basically selects an index out of the count of the node position list. So I think I have like close to 10 or 12 node positions. So node position, by node position, what I mean is the position of this node when I click. See, this is one position, this is another position, this is another position. So basically whatever the node name is what the node position is. In this case, we would have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So ideally we should be having 11 if you are dealing with the stuff. And if you don't understand that, it's basically the node names, they just jump between lines and spaces. So one node will be coming here. Let me see if I can get it there. Okay, yeah, that's the topmost. You can write beyond this point, but I'm not going to do that for now, just to keep the logic little simple. Then I will later on do that. So this is the highest node, and then there'll be another nodes below that, which is okay, let me just stop this and show you here. So this is going to be the highest node. That is one position, second position, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and so on. So we have the node position randomization here. Then we are changing the position of the semi-brief. Semi-brief is this, which is a 4-count node. That's the node symbol basically, and we are changing the position to the random position which we just selected. So basically what we are doing is we are trying to come up with a random node every single click, or every single time this trigger question is activated. Then what we are doing is we are getting a list of game objects of the answer button. So we are basically getting how many of our buttons we have here, and then we are just counting the length. Then what we are doing is we are choosing one of these buttons in a random order to be the answer button. The rest of the buttons are going to stay as a wrong answer, right? So that's technically what we are doing in this segment, where we are just changing the buttons answer button array. We are going to the random answer button index, and we are saying change the button's text to the answer, which is like, the node name, which we are getting again from the node position array. And then what we're doing is ideally you need to remove that button so that when you try to give the other buttons, it doesn't get overlapped with the one which we already renamed. So I'm removing it, and then I'm putting it up in another list, and in that list I'm running a loop to give a random answer, and in between I think I'm actually removing the answer, the node position also, because the node position has the node name. So if, for example, what I'm doing is, if this is the node and the answer for this is fixed to this, which is E here, the moment I do that, what I'm doing is I'm removing this data itself so that whatever randomization I do doesn't repeat what I have here. So that's the idea which I have. It might sound a little complex for some, but it's not that complex. All we are doing is just randomizing as much as possible so that there is no repetition, and every single click it's going to be a different question with a different set of answers in the different button positions. So that's all we are trying to achieve. Now let's look at some problems which we are facing right now. So what we are facing is that first problem is there is duplication of duplication of answers or something in that line actually, because what happens is these nodes, they actually repeat. This is a E and this is also E. So I would not blame the list for giving me the same answer again and again. So I just need to do some sort of a filtration. What the filtration? Yeah, I need to do some sort of a filtration there. Once I'm done with that, all I need to do is validate the answer. That's the next thing which I need to do. Then what I want to do is give points based on answer. Also bring in a timer to show how fast they answered. This is important. ANSWERED. This is important for me, and this is something which I don't find in many games which is existing right now. Why this is important is this gives them the ability to challenge themselves in trying to identify the nodes much more faster. So their visual memory would actually increase when you have some sort of a timer which is like pressurizing them to do it. And it is also a very nice way of giving points based on time. That way it's fair, right? I mean, you need to have some sort of an advantage when you are able to answer it a lot more quicker compared to somebody who thinks and takes time to do it. So these are the things which I would like to deal with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this at the top so that I know what I'm going to deal with. Let me put it over there. Okay, so let's look at what we have currently. The first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to check on the list and see if there is any duplication in terms of the node names. Yes, I can see it here. GFEDC, and then I have GFED. So this GFED is actually a different position altogether. They fall somewhere here, GFED. The other GFED is GFED, which is on top. So I really can't do anything about it right here, but what I can do is probably filter out the duplication in terms of GFED. So let's look at this. Okay, before I go ahead and give the Node position, random, wrong answer, index, node name. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to create a copy of this node position and sort of filter it before I use it, right? So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to copy paste this. Temp node pause. Oh yeah, I could make use of this. Yeah, I already have something which I can use. So what I have here is, it's basically saying I'm making a new list called temp node position. It's a temporary node position, which is basically duplicate of a node position, where I create a copy saying new list. And what I'm doing here is I'm removing the current question or the current position of the node, which gives me the other set of nodes which I could actually use to randomize and set it up for wrong answers, because the right answer I've already set it. Now on top of this, what I'm going to do is I need to do some sort of a filtration. So let me just see how to filter list in Unity C#. That's something I would like to see. Okay, so how to filter search list. Okay, let's look at it here. Okay, so this guy doesn't seem to have any elegant solution. Let's see Unity answer. Oh, it's the same guy. Wow, that's interesting. Filter mode. What is this? Filter mode. Oh, this is a different filter altogether. Damn. Filtering list in Unity C#. My search. Yes. Okay. Gems, add new gem A, B, C, D with parameter code, time, gem spend. What is this? What if I input 5, I get 16? Okay, okay. Simple mistake that I made. Change the code below. Oh, this is the filter which he is using. Find index is the one which we are using here. So let's look at map reduce filter. What? Let's search that. Map reduce C# Unity. I think it is reduce, right? Yeah, it has to be reduce. Reduce list. Sometimes you just need to Okay, that's the list. Okay. Indexing. Okay, range exceptions, list, basic syntax, party members. Okay. Add. You're basically adding, insert, remove. I need some sort of a filtration, my boy. Yeah, none of this is helping actually. How to remove an item from the list. Okay, how to use array. How to filter a list in C#. Let's look at a generic code and see if there is. Yeah, filtering collection. Yes. See if there's something we can actually make use of. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, what do we have here? List, my list, get list of so it's using the link. Okay. Let's try it this way. Let's see what yes, distinct to list. Wow, can you believe it is just a single line, and you know you're just pretty much there. Wow. So let's just do that. Okay, so let's see if that is something which you can actually use in Unity, because there are certain things which work and which doesn't work. So list, no, not that, not happening. So that's going to be list without duplicates, right? So what I'm going to do is paste it here, list, not position, no dupe, not position is equal to temp node post dot distinct. See, I don't have a distinct function. Oh, like that. Are we getting it now? Ooh, that's nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this no dupes not pos right here. If I do that, you think it might go out of range? Yeah, I gotta do this. Yeah. So random wrong answer index is going to be 0 to no dupe no pos count. So say out of 11 I have only 6, then this is going to be between 0 to 6. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the temp button list, and then I'm going to name it to no dupe no pos. I think this should work. So let's just comment this, removing duplicates in the button pos list. Okay, so that's done. Let's see how this works. FBG, EBG, BFF. So it is still happening. So let's just look at what's happening right here. So let's do debug.log no dupes dot count. I want to see what the count of this one is. Okay, that's going to be no dupe count. Hopefully it is much lesser compared to what I'm trying to change, which is POS count, right? Position count. So with that, I'm going to make use of the temp, because no dupe, again, I'm using the temp. So temp nodes dot count. Let's check it in the command prompt and see what it has. Okay, so the moment I click it, random wrong ender, no dupe. Okay, POS count is 10 and no dupe count is 10. Interesting. So I don't seem to have anything affected because of this. Why is that? Oh, okay. Is it supposed to be like, oh, because we have this node name in place, and sorry, because we have POS value in place. Should I be doing this? Shall I try doing this, which is maybe not index dot contains, no, okay, no, that's not how it's gonna work, because I'll tell you the reason why. This list is, it has like 2 values in it, and I'm not sure what value it is basing it out of. So distinct Unity C#. Let's see what if there is some sort of a parameter which we can make use of. Yeah, that's the one. How do I scan a list and remove all the duplicates? Well, that's an interesting question. Okay. Why is my internet slow? So this is what it is. Your list dot distinct dot to list. That's exactly what we're using. But how are you figuring it out that it is distinct? Is there should be some sort of key which I could use, right? Well, that looks like something which I have. Distinct method, yes, I'm using that. But how are you doing it? I see you're already using link here, and with link you have the distinct method. One of its overloads takes in an I equality comparer T. Unfortunately, it doesn't take in a comparison T delegate, but so it goes. So I created a simple I equality comparer that compares the names. Okay. So basically it has a class. You're saying I equality comparer, the seal, that's for the seal. Okay. Public static read only comparer default is equal to new. Okay. Bool equals x y, return x dot name is equal to y dot name. Public in get hash code seal obj, return object not is equal to none. So you're basically returning here. Here's your comparison and this. So let's just do this and change it to what we need. Class pose location comparer, right? POS location, let's keep that. Actually, I don't need this. Let's see. Item dot note names are lunch. This item dot not name. I don't think I need this condition, I guess. Let me just duplicate it. I'll fix it up. Distinct field name equality comparer. Oh, so basically you did that. No, that's not gonna work. Let me look at some other solution, or at least I'm not sure how that's gonna work. There should be a much easier way to do it, not like go beating around too many things, right? I mean, there has to be a easier way to achieve that. After all, this program uses system link namespace and it invokes the distinct method. Okay, that's fine. That's something which will work when it is a single entry. When you have object, yeah, like see where you have like key and value, that's when this complexity starts. So class item equality comparer, I equality comparer item, okay, and then you're saying x, y, and then this is literally the example which that guy gave. Let's give it a shot, but this is little clearer than what we had earlier. So I equality comparer item. So this is going to be the node position, right? That's the one. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, obviously main script dot node position. Is there anything else you could do? Equals node position x, y, through not implemented, get hash item, public int, get hash code. Oh, okay. So basically that goes here. We can remove this and get hash also. We are going to see this. It's going to go here. So the implementation is done. All I need to do is node name is the comparison. Okay, that's done. So we are basically comparing two values here. Let's see, in program you're adding, then result is equal to list dot distinct new item equality comparer. Now that's the thing which we are going to do. Right here. So distinct, yeah, that's the one. Let's see if this is something that's gonna work. Well, it might work in a weird way because I think the answer is still going to be there, but I can also see that the list size should reduce. Yes, it has reduced to 7. So let's see G, F, E, D, C, B, A. So basically we have 7 notes in music and the list says 7, which means it's working. But the problem is that it is including the answer, whereas we need to remove the duplicates in order for us to do the randomized not answer buttons, right? So we are going to achieve that by means of probably doing the remove part after the after the filtration. So probably let's do this. We cannot do that. Okay, wait. So we're removing this and no dupe temp no dot distinct item equality comparer. So technically it should be doing what it is supposed to do. Why am I receiving the extra note? Well, that's interesting. I also need to check how to print list, right? So let's do that. Print list in C# Unity. I need to know all the oh dear God, what is happening with the internet? Yeah, if only there is. Is there a way like that? Okay, looks like it. If this is working, then it makes things a lot more easier. Let's go ahead and do this. Turn it off, turn it back on, and hit it. No. No. Okay, no, it's not happening. Dot. ToString didn't work out, so I think I'm left with using a loop to print it. That's all I can do, I guess. Okay, let's create that loop and say debug log, and I'm gonna say no dupe pose dot I, right? Dot note name. Yeah, that's all I need. Let's check. This is gonna fill up the whole thing, but I think it'll make things a little easier for me to figure out. Okay, so what do we have? We have G, F, E, D, C, B, A. And we were not supposed to have this D in place because we are filtering it based on no, we will have obviously because it's pre-filtration, right? Okay, that's the only thing we have here. I don't see a reason temp notes cannot come here. Let's see if this actually works. Rename main script to temp node ps. Okay. Oh. That's the only thing which is available. Okay, fine. I could find by name and remove it, right? That is one way of doing it. So what I need to do is now do pose dot remove add remove, and I can say node position item, right? Now that is going to be interesting. Well, current question and this might not work. I'll tell you the reason. Yeah. Node positions the current question. Well, this might not work because the index might have been changed, but who knows, it might surprise. Ideally it should not work. G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Well, it is sort of working at certain places. For example, yeah, it is working like how I expected it to work. G, F, E, D, C, B, and A is missing because that's what we are using here. That's the answer. So the no dupe list, which is supposed to have no answers, no right answer, is actually working only at certain conditions. Why? Because we are comparing just one-on-one, which means having this is a problem. Now obviously if I remove it and make it as a single thing, this whole thing will get over, but then it makes things a lot more complex. So I need to figure out a way to remove it. Based on C# remove list item by value. Yeah, that's something I can go behind. Interesting. That's a good approach. So remove all is something which you could make use of. So I think that's something you can use. P dot note name, right? Note name is equal to, and what I'm going to say is note position bracket current, what is that? Not current question, right? Current question dot note name. I think this should solve. So what it is going to do is, from the no dupe list, which basically has 7, it is going to look for a note name which resembles the current questions, that is the current answer of the question, and it is going to remove that. So every single time I click this button, and my count, no dupe count, is supposed to show only 6. If it shows 6, then it means it worked. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed, so let's see if it works. Oh damn, it's not working. Okay, G, F, E is missing, D, C, B, A, and then it has a E at the end. Y. Okay, now 7. Okay, what do we have? A, B, C is missing because that's the answer. D, E, F, G. Okay, that's interesting. Let's just double check what we have here. It's all fine. G is G, G is G. I don't have any issues with that. No dupe, note. Oh. Huh? Okay, that's wrong. Am I removing any note before? This is supposed to be after the removal. Let's see. How come we are getting 6 if I'm printing before? That is such an obvious mistake. Well, now it seems to work. Almost. The no dupe count is 6, which means I should be getting different answers on every click. So G, E, C, A, E, G, B, G, D, C, G, F, C, A, F, B, G, what? That's interesting. B, A, C, B, G, G, F, G, G, B, E, D. Okay, let's check what is happening here. No dupes note. Okay. Random answer 10% list. No. Okay, that's good enough. Maybe this randomization, this could be another problem. Randomization having duplicates could be a reason. How to randomize C# without duplicates. That's something we need to look at. There is a very high chance. Yes, we need something which doesn't repeat. A lot of options. Yeah, that's something. Do while. Static random is equal to new random. Okay, new random. And we're saying generate random, which is basically a list, hash it in. Candidates is only new, hash it in, while candidate.count is greater than the count. Which count are you talking about? Okay, generate random count. Candidate random next, me strike a duplicate, load them in a list. Okay, shuffle them. Whoa! The randomization seems to be like quite challenging. Alternate algorithm. Looks like somebody has to, seriously, the language itself has to come up with some sort of a mechanism for this. Let's see if this works. So the randomization still is a problem. Okay, system.random, Unity engine random, we could do that. Oh, you don't? What? That's interesting. I'm using it right here. Okay, what is this list dot? What is this? List extensions. Listy does not contain. Wow, it's a little hot out here. Okay. Obviously, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Well, let's assume that this is a separate class altogether. So in that case, what we're going to do is probably copy this whole thing, play around with that. The random is going to be obviously from system random, so that's going to match that. Okay, so looks like this is something that works. What happened to the main script? What happened? Seriously? No, I'm not gonna do that. What? Did I just? I did. These guys should not be there. Okay, I think now it is fine. Yes, that looks perfect. Okay, so we have a copy pasted version of this randomization, which I'm not going to spend time because this is something people have already worked, but I get the idea that you basically have a set of numbers in place and then you put them in a list so that you can just make sure that randomization doesn't have that number repeating. I think that's the problem which we have right now, because if out of say the 7 letters or 7 notes, and in this case if you remove the answer, then it will be 6 out of 6, the randomization sort of repeats whatever you have. So it goes like 4 and then 2 and then 1 and then 5 and then it's just repeating back and forth. So what? Oh my god, did I just remove the other one instead of this? One moment, let me fix the mess which I did. Okay, so I removed the other one which I'm not supposed to remove. Let's do that once again. Remove this. That's going to be system.random. Okay, that's sorted. And coming back here, we are removing this segment. Okay, that is also sorted. So we have the comparator. Okay, and then we have randomizer, which is quite extensive, but I think it'll do the job, I believe. So let's see how this thing works. Get random items. Well, let's just let's just do it here. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It's gotta be. But why do I need a list? I can just say debug.log, and then I can say get random. That's the function, right? What is it? Get random items. Get random items. And I can say 1. That's the length. Private object. List extensions. Oh, like that. Okay. List test list is equal to new list, and then I can say t dot get. Okay, you can say 1. What are you saying? Okay, I hope this is test list dot count. Should be 1 ideally, but let's see how that goes. Okay, so that should be the last debug, I guess. Okay, that's a 0. Let me make it as 3. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's this ilist int max count, right? Max count is okay. So list is equal to list dot get random. Okay, that's how you're calling it. In this case, then I should be calling it like no dupe list pause is equal to no dupe dot get randomized elements, and I'm going to say 1. So let's see what this is. Dot count maybe. So this should return 1 all the time, but again we don't know. Yep, we are getting 1, but we are not sure what that item is, right? So let's see how we fix this there. Okay, so this is going to be commented because okay, this is going to be there. So what I'm going to see is no dupe node pos is equal to no dupe is random element 1, and then we're going to say is equal to okay random text is equal to no dupe pos 0 dot not name. So if that is the case, I think it might be a problem, the loop, but let's see. Let's look at the debug log of the no loop 0 dot no name. I need to see what is happening here? Okay, let's see. No dupe count 6. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Now, what happens now? Okay, the bottom one is obviously going to show 2. That's an interesting challenge. So what is happening here is that we are getting the list. Maybe instead of no dupe, what if I create a new list? Random element. Whoa, that's a huge variable name if you ask me. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a new list saying this, where it is going to be no do pos got let random item. Let's see, this, let's see if this works. So every time the loop runs, there is going to be something which is going to change, hopefully. Now, what am I looking at? Let me debug the count also. You know what? I exactly know how to deal with this. Well, this is going to be created outside. I think I got a solution. And this get random items, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it to the length of the buttons which I have here. So that's going to give me, say if I have 4 buttons, then we're going to do like 4 items from this. And what we are going to do is this instead of this, we are going to use I. So that is going to give me the element one by one. I think this should solve the duplication problem. But I think there is a lot more effective way of doing it, efficient way of doing it, but I think this is it for me. So AFB, GDB, CGF, ABG, GCB, FED, DGC, FCD, BCD, EGA, EBD, AGE. I think we are good. There are no duplicates. Looks like that's done. Looks like that's done. CDF, AEB. Perfect. So what is happening is if I add one more button to this, ideally everything should work fine. So let's just have a look at it. There comes the fourth button, and I'm gonna name it ouch. What? Answer D. Okay, that's answer D. Script go, and I'm gonna make this value to 4, which allows me to add one more button to this. And if I run it, it should, yes, GAGCE, FGBE, EDGF, EDFC, DCGA, AGEC, DFAC, BACF. In this case, B is the answer. DGCF, in this case F is the answer, and D is the answer. Again, D is the answer. F looks like G is the answer. So I think it's working. Yay! So that's pretty neat. I think it's the first ever time I have some sort of a customization feature in terms of buttons, and I've done something totally random. Again, according to me, there is no harm in copying codes. It's just that make sure you understand and you know what you're doing, or at least try to understand how it works, so that you could just fiddle and play around with it and make it work for what you need. After all, coding is like, you gotta do it from somebody would have done it already, whether you like it or not. So I'm pretty sure there is a very different approach for this for sure, and I'm pretty sure there are people who can do it way far better. But for me, this is pretty good because it does what I intend to do. So the first one is solved. So the next part is validating the answer, and that's something I need to do. Maybe I can do it now. So I have a separate function called answer check, which I think I'm calling right after the trigger question is clicked, or the button is clicked. So the first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to do a answer check, and this trigger question is going to be the first. It's actually not going to be in there. The trigger question is going to be in the start, just to trigger the question. So when I hit play, it has to come with some sort of a random question. Yeah, that looks good. Although the buttons will not work now. Why? Because purely for the reason that I've removed the trigger question function, which does almost all randomization. So now let's get into answer check button. So the first thing which I am going to do is I want to get the game object is there a way I could access the game object on which the script is, or something like that? Okay, let me keep it simple for now. I'm choosing current button, and I'm going to pass it on to the answer check, and an answer check, I'm saying this. Sorry. Yeah. So answer check, I'm doing this. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to check for the value. So current on selected answer, we can do selected answer is equal to current button dot name, right? What the hell is this? Okay. Use discarder. What does it even mean? I need to learn what this is. What this means. Okay, so let's do debug dot log and see what we're getting in selected 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 answer. And if we are getting what we click, in this case I think the first button, but I might not get the answer yet, because you see we need to assign the button over there. Okay, let's say btn answer A is the name. That ways. Okay, so that's the name, right? Current button dot get component in children, type text, and I'm gonna say dot text, right? Yeah, that's how it is supposed to be. Yeah, this should give me the text which I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and do that. Yes, that's giving me F. If you can see, I'm getting the values here, but obviously I didn't assign for the rest of it, so let me go ahead and do that. But before that, let's do some validation. So we are getting that. Now what we're going to do is note position. So string correct answer is equal to note position current question dot note name, right? If correct answer is equal to selected answer, then debug dot log correct, else debug dot log wrong. Well, that's going to give us a little bit of a basic validation part, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm clicking on F. It is saying wrong. Well, technically it is wrong because this is the E note, but unfortunately I'm not able to proceed further because I don't have the stuff. So what I'm going to do is I am going to copy paste, I'm going to apply the command to the rest of the buttons. So bcd add, and I'm going to say script game object, and then I'm going to say main script, and then I'm going to say random click, and then for B I'm going to drag and drop B, for C again C, for D again D. Again, I think there is a lot more. Oh dear God, what did I do? Again, I'm sure there is a little bit more efficient way of doing this by referring to the button in a way calling this dot, but I still need to figure that out. So let me just do this for now. I'll make things little efficient in due course of time. Okay, so that's done. So now I think I have the option of playing out the buttons. 1 2 3 4. So this is E. So I'm going to choose the wrong answer first. It says wrong, 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 and correct. We got it right. So whenever I press E, which is this note, it says correct, which is good enough. So now what I'm going to do is obviously we need to include some sort of a point-based system. So the validation part is solved. Now we are going to give points. So I'm going to keep a private int current point, and I'm going to set the current point to 0. It's not required, but it's okay to do. And what we're going to do is current point is equal to current point plus 10. Let's do like 10 increment, which is nice. If there is a negative answer, I'm not sure about negative marking. I don't want to do that. So let's keep this, and probably we could keep some sort of a display here. So let's go here and try adding in the main canvas a new UI text that's going to be a little bigger, and let's put it in the corner. Alignment, text size is fine, text color is something I need to work on. Okay, that also looks good. I'm gonna say points txt. That's gonna be the points text. In the script go, I'm gonna add a new object, public game object points txt go. That's the one which is going to deal with the points. Let's go ahead and refer to this in the update, because I want it to be constantly updating. Get component get component in children, and I'm gonna say text, and I'm gonna say dot text is equal to the points dot toString, just in case, because it's always good to convert, right? Okay, that should give us the point which we are looking for. Oh, did I just miss it? I just missed something. I missed adding the point txt, so let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's look at the problem here. What is happening? Oh dear God. Instead of where is that? Where did I add the points? Current points. Okay, public. Oh, sorry, not public. It's just current points. I need to refer to as current points. Yeah, now they should work. Okay, so it looks 0, which is good. And if I click the right answer, which is G in this case, I get a 10 point, which is nice. But if I click others, obviously I'm not gonna get. And obviously it is incrementing in 10 because I'm not changing the question. So let me go ahead and change the question. Also, I need to disable the buttons because yeah, I need to do this because people might tap it a couple of more times and try to get more points. So I would probably work on that bit later, but I think I'm gonna do the trigger question now again, because I think I'm sort of done for the day. So let me just play it a couple of more times to answer it right. And for now, only whenever I answer it right, I'm gonna get to the next question. So in this case, if I click G or C or A, I'm not gonna go, but when I click E, it is going to move on to the next one. In this case, this is B, and then G, and then C, or C again, C again, and then there is A, and then there is C, and then there is E, D. If I click anything else, it doesn't work, but when I click G, A, it is good enough. So that is it for today. So probably in the next session I would try doing a bit more with the logic of probably bringing in some sort of a timer, which basically runs for say 10 seconds. So the idea which I get at the top of my head is 10 into 100. So basically the points would start from 1000 and it'll just keep reducing as and when the time increases. So the more faster they answer, the more points will get added. For every question, that's going to be 1000 point, and the more longer you take, you're going to get less points. The more quicker you do, you're going to add more and more points to your points. Yeah, I think that's one thing which I would like to do. And then I would actually like to do some sort of visual improvement. For now it is pretty basic. There should be some sort of a animation or some sort of eye candy which makes it a lot more interesting. Maybe I can play around with the interface and try to enhance it a bit more. So yeah, it looks promising. So today we were able to achieve the randomization part, and we were able to make the randomization a lot more streamlined. I mean, it's not just repeating anymore, and we also brought in some sort of validation in place, which is at a basic level, which is good enough to begin with. So that's it for today. So for those who are watching this bit later, feel free to subscribe. I do videos on Unity development in terms of VR, AR, and at times things like this, which is just out of my interest. So this is RCode, and I'm your host Rahil, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead, do that. Until the next video.